Hello everyone, it's Joel and welcome back to Stretch Class. This is the 5th edition of Stretch Class, the class that works on our flexibility, mobility, helps relieve any aches and pains and makes us feel and move better. Okay, so we'll just get started. Okay, so we're going to start with the neck, just to unlock our neck. So start with your head and just circle it round nice and gently. Don't jerk it, just circle it round. Nice gentle rotations, avoiding any sharp pains, just want a gentle stretch as we take it round. And then go the opposite direction. And back down. Okay, so then we're going to loosen off our traps on our shoulders, so hands to the side of your body, arms straight, and then we're just going to lift and rotate our shoulders backwards. So lift up and back, we do 10 rolls backwards and then 10 rolls forwards. Just try and lubricate your shoulder joint, loosen off your traps. And then we're going to go the opposite direction. So lift up, forwards and down. If you're particularly stressed, and you might be quite tight here, so it's good just to try and free up that range of motion. Okay, next we're going to do a back arch and arm circle. So start with your feet hip width apart, hands above your head, reach backwards to lengthen your abdominals at the front, and then bring your chin onto your chest, bring your hands down through. So up, back, arch, and then chin onto chest, hands down through. And we're going to do 8 of these. You can breathe in at the top, and then breathe out as you come down. Fill the lungs, and then empty. Just trying to reach a little bit more each time. Okay, once you've done 8 of those, we're then going to do snow angels to loosen up our shoulders and rotate the cuff. So palms facing back towards you, arms straight, then palms facing away at the top. Nice big circles, just to free up your shoulders and around your shoulder blade. Again, you can breathe in at the top, and then breathe out as you come down. Shoulders are particularly tight, might feel them quite stiff, and then stop there. Next we're going to have our hands level with our shoulders, arms straight to the sides of our body, and then we're just going to circle our hands round. So you do 6 rotations one way and then 6 rotations the other way. Okay, opposite way, just to free up your rotator cuff from your shoulder, lubricate the shoulder joint, and then stop there. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to have our elbow level with our shoulder, and we're going to bring our palms down and up. We're going to do 8 reps on each side. So basically, externally and internally rotating your shoulder, backwards and forwards. And then swap sides, so using our rotator cuff muscles. Bring it up and down. Okay, next we're going to do a row and slide, warm up our back and the back of our shoulders. So bend at the knee, pinch the hips so you've got a nice flat back. Then we do a row, elbows bent, fly, arms straight up the shoulder height. So row, followed by a fly, head facing forwards, keeping good posture, nice long spine. Do 10 of each. And then next we're going to do torso rotation. So feet hip width apart, and then we're just going to rotate our spine from side to side. Unstiffen our back and our spine, which can get particularly tight, particularly our lower back when we're sat down for long periods of time. So it's a particularly useful one. Just do a few more. And stop there. Then we're going to open up our hips. So standing on one leg, hold onto a wall or object if you need to for balance. Lift your knee up, take it to the side and then down. We're going to do 6 on each side. So using your core to balance, lift up the knee, take it to the side and down. Then we can hold on to an object if you need to. And then swap sides. Try and open up the groin and the hips. And then stop there. Next we're going to do a side bend to free up our spine laterally. So just take it down to the sides of your body towards the knee on each side. Do 20 reps. Trying to get a little bit lower as you begin to unstiffen. Again, another good one for your back during this time. And stop there. Next we're going to do a heel flick and arm swing. So swing your arms across your body, flick the heel towards the bottom, to warm up our shoulders and our hamstrings. Alternating legs each time. So flicking towards the bottom and stop there. Next we're going to do hamstring scoops. So back leg's bent, front leg is straight, try and keep on your heel with the toe pointing upwards and then scoop the ground. And swap legs each time, getting a stretch through the back of the thigh and the top of the calf as we reach down towards the ground. Also helps to unstiffen our lower back as we flex that spine down. And stop there. Next we're going to do some side lunges. So feet wide and turned out, make sure your feet are flat, and then you're just going to side lunge from side to side on the spot. So one leg straight whilst the other one is bent, so we're side lunging this way whilst that leg is straight. We're working the inner thigh on this side whilst that side stretches. So warming up and stretching the opposite side. Have your hands out in front, close to your body, wherever you like, as long as you're keeping your hips nice and square, keeping nice and tall. Okay, next we're going to do a static side lunge. So we're going to have one foot facing forwards, one turned out. We're going to side lunge down on this side, have our hands on top of each other, and then we're going to bring this arm round and back whilst we hold that position. We're going to breathe out as we bring it over. Just try and get a stretch through our lats and our abdominals. Open up our back as we bring that hand up and around, whilst maintaining the stretch on the opposite thigh. Okay, and then swap sides. So side lunge down, hands on top, around and back. I'll do 8 repetitions. And then come back up. Next we're going to do wrist rotation, so interlock your fingers and then rotate round. Loosen off the wrists and the forearms. If you've been typing away for long hours or using your phone. And then swap. Okay, next we're going to move on to the ankle. So you're going to stand on one leg, hold on to furniture or a wall if you need to, and then just rotate the round foot in a circle. So loosening off the ankle and the calf. And then go the opposite direction. And then pointing upwards, point down. Side, side, and then the corners. Give it a shake off, and then we're going to swap legs. So stand on the other leg, foot in the air, circle round, try and keep your knee where it is, just rotating the ankle. The tendency is people to move their whole leg. Try to keep your legs still, just rotate the ankle round. It might not move very much, but that's the whole point. We're just trying to loosen it off. Other way. And then pointing upwards, down, side, side, and then the corners. Shake it off. Okay, so we're going to do a few mobility exercises on the mat now. So first we're going to lie on our front. Have the hands to the side of your body or to the side of your head. And then just going to lift off your chest upwards into the air. So we're using our lower back, our erector spine along the spine. Also our core. And if you feel particularly restricted, then that's just tightness in the lower back. That's telling you need to stretch more. Okay, and then stop there. Next, we're going to do angry cat and happy cat. So knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. You go round the spine, chin onto chest, and then bring your head down and up. Round the spine, and back down. Breathe in as you arch, and then out as you come through. Good spine mobility exercise to loosen off your spine. Most of us have quite tight backs at the moment. If you sat down, sat at home. And stop there. Last mobility exercise. You're going to lie on your front with your hands to the side of your body. So level with your shoulders, hands out, and you're going to kick behind you across to the hand. Feel free to miss this one out if you're uncomfortable lying on your front. And don't worry if you can't go very high, it's just a test of your back mobility. The more you do it, the better it'll get. And stop there. Okay, so we're now going to get into our static stretching. So holding this stretch to increase our flexibility at the joint. Stretch the muscles out. First one, figure 4. So foot across our thigh just above the knee. Hook around the leg and pull it towards you. If not, just pull one knee towards you And we're going to do 2 times 20-second holds. So hold it for 20, then we're going to have a deep inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to increase the range of motion and increase the stretch. Okay, so deep breath in, deep breath out, and pull it closer. And then swap legs. So either figure 4 or single glute stretch. Holding for 2 times 20 seconds. Stretching our glutes and piriformis deep in the bottom. And our lower back as well. And then deep breath in, deep breath out, increase the stretch. Hold for another 20. And then back down. Next we do a hamstring stretch. If you've got a band or a towel, that just makes it a bit easier to get the stretch. So towel or band around the middle of the foot, and then lying on your back, pull the legs straight towards you. Stretch your hamstrings, your calf, and your lower back. If you haven't got a band or a towel, just pull it towards you. I'm going to do 2 times 20-second holds. And then deep breath in, deep breath out, increase the stretch. Hold for another 20. And then we're going to swap legs. So towel or band if you can, if not just hold it. The other leg can be bent or straight as long as your back is flat. Deep breath in, deep breath out, increase the stretch. And hold. And then back down. Okay, so next stretch, we're going to do butterfly stretch. So sitting upright, you can lean against the wall if you need to. Pushing your feet together, press your knees down to stretch your inner thighs and your hips. Hold it for 20 seconds. So then we're going to lie on our front and stretch our abs. So hands outside your shoulders, and then just lift off till you feel a stretch through your abdominals. Hold for 20. Okay, then we'll stretch our back. So on your knees, hands out in front, bring your bum onto your heels, stretching for 30 seconds. Now we're just going to carefully stand up, hold onto the wall, object if you need to. We're going to stretch our quads by putting our foot towards our bottom. Try and keep your knees level. You can do it lying down or on your side if you need to as well. And then swap legs. And then back down. Next we're going to stretch our hamstrings on the outside of our leg, the ITB, which is a band of fascia. So start with feet width apart, cross your foot behind you, and reach down towards the ground, keeping your legs relatively straight. Hold it for 20. And then come back up and cross over behind you the other side, reaching down, stretch your hamstrings and your ITB. And then come back up. Next we're going to stretch our lats and obliques. So feet outside shoulder width, hand over the top, hand down the side. And then swap sides. Hold it for 20. And then come back up. Next we're going to do upper back stretch, so interlock your fingers, push your arms out, push your shoulder blades back, and then bring your chin down. And then back up. Stretch your shoulders, pull your arm across your body, hook it up, pull the shoulder away from the joint, hold it for 20 each side. And swap sides. Now we'll stretch our triceps, the back of the arm, so hand on the top of the back, hold from the top, or you can hold from the front, push the elbow backwards, stretch down here. $15 each side. And then swap over. And then back down. So next we're going to stretch our traps down the side of our neck. So stand with your head facing forwards, and then just bring your ear down towards your shoulder. Hold for 20 seconds each side. Try and keep your shoulders level. And then swap sides. And then bring your head back to the middle. We're just going to turn 45 degrees, put the hand on the head, bring the chin down towards the chest, stretch our elevator scapulae, again along the side of the neck, it's deeper muscle. And then come back and swap sides. And carefully come back to the middle. I'm going to do 2 more stretches. Okay, so last 2 stretches, you need a wall or a pole. Stand with feet parallel, hands behind you at shoulder height, press the palm in, keeping the arms straight, stretch your chest, bicep and shoulder. "20 seconds each side. And then swap sides. So feet parallel, hand behind you at shoulder height, press the palm in. Okay, and then last stretch, calf stretch against the wall. So push the top of the foot into the top, stand close with your other foot, then try and lean over it, keeping that leg straight whilst you push in. Should feel a nice deep stretch in that calf. 20 each side. And swap. Also quite a good stretch for the bottom of the palm of the foot. Plantar fasciitis, which runners quite commonly get from doing lots of mileage. And stop there. Okay, so that's it for this week, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.